The journey continues. 26 teams came to play. Only 15 remain. Some unsurprising victories, some upsets that shocked the state. Round 2 brings with it a new test, but the rules are the same. Survive and advance. Lose, and the road to the blue map comes to an end. This is the chance. Embrace the opportunity. Never let the moment get too big. Because all it takes is one play, one drive, one mistake to change the game. On Friday night, fans will fill the stands to cheer on their hometown heroes in hopes of pushing them to a victory, because the Friday night lights have never burned brighter. Big-time players performing on the biggest stage. Who will shine? Who will dominate? Who will rise to the challenge? Tonight determines who survives and whose journey comes to an end. Who will it be?
Round 2 of the playoffs kicking off today here on the Alabama Gulf Coast, and our team is spread out across the area and across the state for that matter. Fox 10's Dacian Smith is up at Pike Road. Hustlin' Hal Sherrick is right up the Parkway at BC Rain, and Stephen Moody is in Gulf Shores. In 6A, our game of the week takes us up to Pike Road, where the Spanish Fort Toros are looking to get some revenge against the Patriots from last year's first round exit. Dacian Smith is there now getting ready for all the action. And Dacian, both of these teams have been hot for most of the season.
Hey, that is absolutely right. Spanish Fort has won their last 7 straight, while Pike Road has won their last 9 straight. But as we saw with last year's 1-point outcome, one mistake can end the road for either one of these teams. Spanish Fort kicked off the playoffs last week with an impressive shutout win over Bessemer City, where Cole McConaughey brought his state-leading sack total to 19. Spanish Fort has really come to life during their win streak, only being held under 30 points twice on offense and holding 5 opponents without a touchdown on defense. They're also a perfect 5-0 on the road, and they've been getting used to being on the road this week. Head coach Chase Smith says they've had to move some practices to Foley due to the weather earlier this week, but the preparation has stayed the same as any other game. They'll put that preparation to the test against the Region 2 champion Pike Road Patriots, who are 5-1 here at home and have been held under 30 points just 3 times during this win streak. But when it comes to this matchup, Coach Smith says the two teams have a lot in common.
At times, it's kind of like looking in a mirror, to be honest with you. I mean, defensively, they're very sound, very fast, fly to the football, good tacklers. Special teams are very efficient. You're not going to beat them in the special teams. And then offensively, they've really come together a lot like we have. They're efficient. They've got an efficient quarterback that knows the offense, and they execute at a high level.
And a win tonight would send the Toros to the 3rd round for the 14th time in school history and keep that chase for a 5th state championship alive. Kickoff is here at 7 o'clock, and we'll show you how it all goes down later on tonight for 1st and 10. Emily?
Thanks, Dacian. Now let's check in with Hal over at BC Rain. Now, Hal, the Red Raiders have had a heck of a season, and they plan to keep it rolling tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Emily. The Red Raiders really getting it done this year and set to host their first playoff game in their new stadium. Ben Glover Stadium will be packed tonight as BC Rain hosts Demopolis in this 2nd round playoff game. The energy is high and the momentum has been in the Raiders' favor. In the last 2 months, they've only lost 1 game, and that came in the last game of the regular season against an undefeated Gulf Shores. Now, BC Rain's playoff run began last week in Fairfax with a 34-22 win against a 7-2 Valley team. Rain is 1-1 against Demopolis. The Tigers defeating the Raiders in their last meeting. That was in 2021. It was in the 1st round. This is the 2nd time head coach L.T. Yelding has had his team to the playoffs in his 5 years at the helm. His son, Amari Yelding, was just a sophomore then and has learned a lot since. They've kept it all business on the field, Yelding scoring the final TD and getting a pair of picks against Valley last week. Senior running back Bryce Dowdland rushed for more than 300 yards and 4 scores in that win. It's a dynamic offensive package that few have had an answer for this season.
Yeah, we just working on just being more disciplined, just more focusing even before the game, pre-game, just focus more on that too. Just really getting dialed in to what we're doing. just stuff like that.
I feel like the guys are prepared. We're just going to make sure we go out and execute. We're sound in all three phases of the game, and I think if we do that, then we'll be fine. It should be a really, really good high school football game.
Now this Tigers team coming to town has quite an offense of their own, pretty dynamic, putting up 319 points on its opponents this season. So that means the Raiders are going to have to be dialed in on all three phases of the game tonight to get past this second round. That's what everybody's wanting. Come on, pack this house tonight. Come on out Parkway, fill the stands, and root on the Red Raiders here in this round 2 game. It looks to be a beautiful night for high school football, so get out and enjoy it. We'll, of course, have all the highlights for you later tonight on 1st and 10. Emily.
Thanks, Hal. And over in Gulf Shores, we have Stephen Moody. Stephen, tonight it's the Dolphins and the Trojans.
Yeah, Emily, that's right. This is going to be a fantastic matchup here in the second round of these playoffs as Gulf Shores takes on a very good Charles Henderson team here at home. Now, the Dolphins won their first round matchup against Beauregard last week, 48-7. They jumped out to a 28-0 lead in the first half. And that's been the theme for this Gulf Shores team. The point differential has been staggering for the Dolphins. They've put up 434 points while only allowing 110 points. But if they want to get one step closer to a 5A state title, they'll have to beat a very good Charles Henderson team. The 8-3 Trojans from Troy are looking for the upset here on the road. They put up 64 points against Marbury last week, and they'll need all of those points against this defensive juggernaut of the Dolphins. Now, they do have a winning record on the road, and of course, being the runner-ups to the state championship last year is going to give them some extra confidence. Here's how the coaching staff here in Gulf Shores is getting prepared for this matchup.
When you turn on the film, it gets your attention quick because they're solid across the front, and they've been here before. You know, they played in the big game last year. They've got tradition, and so it's going to be a challenge for our guys. We're playing pretty well right now, and so we're taking care of the ball. We're playing really good defense and good special teams. So if we can continue playing with our recipe of football, hopefully we'll have a shot to be highly competitive.
Now, Emily, I got to tell you, it is a beautiful night here for football here in Gulf Shores, and I cannot wait to bring you all of this matchup here tonight on another special playoff edition of 1st and 10. But for now, I'm going to send it back over to you in the studio.
Thanks, Stephen. And some more games we'll be covering tonight. Enterprise is headed to Sims to take on the undefeated MGM Vikings. We'll also have Andalusa at Jackson, Houston Academy at Mobile Christian, Georgiana at Leroy, and UMS Wright at Headland. And be sure to tune into our halftime show at 8:30, where Robert Restano and I will have an update on all your halftime scores. So make sure you download our app, turn on those push notifications, follow us on social so you can stay up to date on all our latest high school football coverage. And tonight, be sure to tune into 1st and 10 at 10. It's our last full show of the season. With the help of our amazing team of photographers and reporters, Hustlin' Hal and I will bring you all the top highlights and all the top plays. You do not want to miss all the great content we have coming your way. I'm Emily Cochran, Fox 10 Sports, and we will see you tonight at 10.